What is going on, everyone? It's Brody back again to answer another tennis question. And today's tennis topic is going to be about Adidas shoes. Now, Adidas shoes, they have probably been one of the industry tycoons when it comes to tennis shoes, tennis gear, especially clothes. Not necessarily tennis rackets, but we're not going to talk about the Adidas Barricade racket. If you don't know, you can look it up, but we don't talk about it. Anyway, with the Adidas shoes, there's going to be a lot of different ranges and ways you can go with this. They have lightweight shoes. They have heavy duty shoes that have more cushion to them. They got in between. They got almost everything. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of an idea because Adidas is going to be one of those shoes to where if you got I'll say traditional, I don't want to say traditional foot, but a normal one. It's not too flat. You're just normal. You got a medium arch, medium width, medium all around. Everything else, Adidas usually has a shoe that's going to fit pretty well for almost every foot, but they do tend to stay better in the just more general sense. Sometimes there are specific shoe brands like Asics and Nike. They are very narrow, so unless you have a more narrow foot, they aren't going to be as helpful to you. But Adidas comes in, they're going to be, if not true size, maybe a little bit wide depending on the certain style that you get. So Adidas shoes, you got a plethora of options. First one I'm going to mention is going to be the Ubersonic family. These are probably one of the most popular shoes just for any player because of how lightweight they are, as well as the cushioning that they have here in the outsole. The Adidas Ubersonic line, that's been around. They're on their 4th generation of it now. It's around for a while. It knows what they're doing. Adidas knows what they're doing with it. It also does have, I believe it still has, this built-in liner to it. So it wraps around your ankle even more so that it helps support you and just provides a little bit more stability to the shoe itself, rather than sometimes with the traditional style tongues, they can move around, you can slip. The built-in tongue from Adidas just helps to prevent all that. Now, a lot of Adidas, they are going to be the heavier versions as well. They're more padded, they have more cushioning to them, so they're going to be easier on the body. They do tend to cost a little bit more though because of all the extra padding and products that Adidas had to put inside the shoe itself. That's going to be the tried and true Barricade line. Now, if you don't know the Barricades and you have been in tennis for a while, I don't know how you don't know the Barricades because those Barricades have been around. I think they're on their 13th iteration of that shoe. People love that shoe. Novak Djokovic used to play in the shoe. A lot of other pro players on the tour used to play in the Barricades. And they've had some spin-offs before, but everyone always seems to be looking for that classic Barricade feel. They haven't found it yet because Adidas did change up the line with the new iteration, so they're looking for what's going on, and people are just hungry for the Barricades. They love them. There's a little bit of an issue with not the most recent line, the 13s, but I believe the 12s. There was a long break-in period on those. I do have a pair personally myself. Those things took forever to break in, and if you wore low-cut socks, those things hurt. But with the new ones, I've heard, because I have not been able to try the new ones on yet, that they have got that fixed. They have been working on it even more, so it doesn't have as much of a break-in period. They have a new system inside the shoe in the heel to help make sure that it's not rubbing against you or pulling the sock down or anything. So the Barricades are great for that more cushion, harder player who's going to be a bit more harder on their shoes because it's more durable, it's going to last a bit longer, and it's going to provide more cushion for you since you're playing that much more often. Now, the other main line from Adidas that's come out relatively recently, I believe it was in the last year, maybe the last 2 years, is going to be the Cybersonic. Now, the Cybersonic is a little bit interesting because this is essentially a combination between the Adidas Barricade and the Adidas Ubersonic. So you have a mesh upper here on the top with the Cybersonic, which is more reminiscent of excuse me, I can't think of it right now. It is of the Ubersonic. There we go. And the newer Barricades, the 13s, those have more of the mesh uppers as well from what I've seen. But you do have also the bottom more so of the Barricade because it has a lot of that cushion in it rather than just anything else like the Ubersonic. It's not, it's a little less cushioned because it's designed to be a more lightweight shoe. The Cybersonic though, this shoe is a beast, it's a tank. I only just started recently playing with it, and luckily for me, it is a little bit heavier, which I do tend to prefer a little bit of a mid-weight shoe, sometimes lighter, sometimes heavier, it depends. I was really a fan of the Soulcore Boost from Adidas. That was a really great shoe in my opinion. It very much surprised me. So this Cybersonic does remind me of it, but it just depends. You have to really get this shoe going because it's designed to keep you steady, keep you sturdy, keep you really comfortable. However, it is a lot heavier. So you really got to try it on, see if you even think you can handle the shoe, and it just depends on what you personally prefer. So Adidas has been one of those companies to where they're all over the map in terms of what they have available. They have these as the higher end options, they have the lower end options, they have a bunch of different options that are all around able to fit your specific foot, but you have to try them on. You have to see if you even like the feel of them, because there's some shoe brands that it doesn't matter how good the shoe is itself, no matter how many people tell you about it, if you don't like the brand, you don't like the brand. So it's like, okay, cool. You got a bunch of different other ones to go check. But with these, you can usually find one. There's a lot of Adidas shoes that are just fit and tailored to make sure a lot of more people are able to wear the shoe, whether it be the high-end versions like the Ubersonics, the Cybersonics, the Barricades, or the lower end versions of the shoe. I don't remember the exact names of them right now because I haven't seen one come across my vision real quick. But yeah, that's the main thing. That's the main things about Adidas shoes. They're great in my opinion. As long as you try them on, you figure them out, you see what's going on. If you like them, great. If you don't, that's okay. You got like what? At least 8 other brands to go try for shoes to see if one that you like fits. You'll be fine if you don't like Adidas, but I personally like them. I've had quite a few pairs in the past, and I will continue to wear them so long as that I find the right deal, the right size, and everything else. That's another thing. Size. Usually with Adidas, you can go pretty true to size. Sometimes there were a few shoes where people would go down a half size because Adidas shoes would go long. Other than that, you're typically more true to size in the Adidas shoes. So with that being said, leave a like on the video, comment down below any more questions that you may have, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video so that we can grow this channel and just grow the tennis community even more. I saw a lot of misinformation in the tennis community, so I took it upon myself to make this channel so we can get the information from the people who have it to the people who need it. Now with that being said, like the video, comment down below, subscribe, share this video with a friend if they've never really looked into Adidas shoes and they're thinking about getting one, and this should help them out. So, as always, take care.